the impetus to make focus. You like that? I used a big word. You saw that?
Did you get the thesaurus out last night?
I had my thesaurus. I want to say impetus tomorrow. You know, I love the work of John and Glenn, the directors. They did Crazy Stupid Love, and I love that film. And when I read Focus, it was so interesting because it's so many different kinds of movies. They like completely ignore genre, you know. So it's a heist film, but then it will be a bizarre comedy for a while, and then it's really serious and it's great action, and then there's a love story, as you were aware. You're aware there's a love story in the film.
Yeah. Well, we've said it a couple of times. It was something neither of us were really expecting, but for some reason, when we walked into the room, we just really got along, and that kind of continued throughout the shoot, and it made every scene exciting and fun, and it's not really something you can manufacture, so it wasn't forced or planned, I suppose. It just existed already, which was handy.
Because we've talked about, like, when Margot came to read for the role, that she didn't think there was any chance that she was going to get it because of how different we are. You know, I mean, I'm
and the long list of actresses I was up against was a little bit intimidating.
Yeah, because when we did, I'm 46 and Margot was 23 when we did it, so it seemed like it wouldn't work in that way. And I'm from Philly, and she's from Australia, so there was pretty different. There's obvious genetic differences.
Yeah, the stealing thing's already in there.
Yeah. But for some reason, it just worked perfectly. You know, when you see it on screen, none of those questions come up. You know, say, oh God, why would they do that? It just like it's like a wonderful puzzle. It works together. It works very well. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really nice to have a character that has one starting point and is a totally different person by the end of the film. Mm-hmm. It's kind of nice to play with that. So I was lucky.
I think with this character was really great, and with these directors, it's not straightforward funny. It's like it's dead serious, and then they manage to figure out how the situation makes it funny, and that's very different from me. You know, I'm from the American sitcom school, right? You know, so for me, you do not make people have to guess whether or not it's funny. You know, you go really hard at it. So it was a little bit of a different tonal quality for me that was fun. They create a set where everyone's involved. So they get what they want, and you're rolling, and they'll let anyone yell out a line, like, you know.
If it's funny, like someone should say
if somebody just yells something out that's funny, you say, oh yeah, Margot, say that. Somebody, the grip says, hey, he should say, you know, you're like, oh, hey, Will, that's funny, say that. So it's like this real great
It's good though,
family.
Everyone's in it together, everyone's working towards the same goal.
It was a little awkward for me in the love scene, but other than that.
Hey,
Will, put your leg up. Hey, man, I've done this before. About Margot, she is absolutely certain of who she wants to be and what she wants to do. But she's absolutely certain of who she wants you to be and what she wants you to do, too. So that was fun in the scenes. She would say, no, not like, dude, I'm sorry, hold on 1 second. Do it, no, like, you know, I've made a couple movies, Margot. I have some ideas, too. She's right most of the time, which is fantastic, right? You know, 90% of the time, if something doesn't feel right to her in a scene, it's correct, you know, but I'm a man, I got to go against it anyway. So, but her instincks are really brilliant. You know, she can't always say why it doesn't feel right. She just says, just do it the way I said, you know. So I learned to do that. But it was really, really fun working with someone with that level of instincts that was so different than my own.
I think people have a particular fascination with con and heist films because there is something a little dangerous about it, and perhaps it's our way of living vicariously through someone else. Mm-hmm.
I think there's also the idea that in these films, if you're going to steal something, you're stealing something from someone who has a lot, and most times it's someone who would be unwilling to share. So I just think deep inside of all of us, everyone kind of feels like the
Robin Hood.
Yeah, the Robin Hood sort of feeling, and you'd love for when someone gets their comeuppance.